trip. Yeah. We're starting this road trip in the southwest of Bonnie, Scotland, with our delightful duo of auctioneers, Charles Hanson and Mrs. Natasha Raskin-Sharp. Congratulations on that.
I've waited for this.
I have been looking forward to this too.
Because, people say to me, Charles, you are quite like Natasha. I don't know why, because I think I'm almost like the beast and you're the beauty.
Ah, such a gent. After 13 antiques road trips, Charles, we know you're not so much a beast as a pussycat. But Natasha, apart from being beautiful, does indeed know a thing or two about beautiful things.
I feel like I'm driving you around your backyard.
You're steering the ship.
Your manor, Mom,
This is my yard,
is here for you.
Does the beeper work? The horn? Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
We're in business.
She's in fine fettle.
It's the start of something great.
And isn't she lovely? A 1969 Morris Minor, the first British car to sell 1 million.
We've got the old boy here and the young girl in you. And then
I'll take that. I'll take young
So
girl.
not granddad, I can be dad, but you can be daughter.
That's not weird at all.
Sorry, no, it's not.
With £200 each in their pockets, our couple of widows will be starting in the southwest of Scotland before taking the long and winding road through the peaks, Staffordshire and North Wales, to their final auction in Flintshire. Today, Charles and Natasha are off to Girvan in Ayrshire, and after meandering through Dumfries and Galloway, they'll cross the border to auction in Carlisle.
So this is Ayrshire.
This is Ayrshire.
And why do we call it Ayrshire?
Why do we call it Ayrshire?
Yes.
Is it air?
This is. Well, the air is very fresh up here, isn't it?
Oh, come on. Look around you. It couldn't be clearer. Well, you are sort of adding to the pollution.
Once a thriving fishing port, most of the boats in Girvan Harbour these days are pleasure craft.
We like to give a landscape.
Ailsa Craig behind us. The hills to the right.
What more do you want? If you want to get in the mood, this is it.
I couldn't ask for anything
Get out
more.
of here.
Wish me luck.
Go, Kathy.
Good luck to you.
Give us a kiss.
Mwah.
Nice
All the
shot.
best, Charles.
Take care.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye. Go carefully.
Dear Lordy. Fingers crossed for Natasha at Artemisia Vintage and Retro, where owner Ingrid has an array of very tempting things. Ingrid, stand by.
Thank you very much for having me along. It looks like I've arrived in sort of 1967.
Yeah.
So that's your bag, the mid-20th century.
Yes, mid-century.
And am I going to find anything older amongst these mid-century
Oh,
rings?
yes, all sorts of things, yes, if you hunt.
OK.
Well, that's what we're here for. Crack on, Natasha.
Look at this huge array of suitcases and doctor's bags. Everyone's after them, so everyone's got them in stock. Looking for something a bit quirkier, perhaps. Actually, just over here, this is certainly quirky and it's certainly cool. Reminds me of my graduation day, but I don't think that's a graduation gown. No, it says on it here, Morrison and Partner Court Dressmakers. So, is this in fact a barrister's cloak? No. I was going to say I'm no lawyer, but I did study law. I dropped out. My parents are very happy about that. But it looks the part. Look at this tassel. Well, it needs a bit of a comb. It needs sorting out. But at one point, when that was in perfect order, that would have been absolutely glorious. And you can imagine that when you're a barrister and you're fighting a big case, things can get a bit sweaty. So I'm not surprised to see a few yellow stains on the inside of this cloak. That doesn't worry me.
Would worry me.
Now, what kind of price? What have we got here? Right, OK, we're not exactly talking lawyer's fees. £58 for the cloak. I think that's something to think about. I'm going to see if Ingrid will give me a deal, but not going to be too hasty. Have a look around first.
Wise counsel, Your Honour.
Oh, I tell you what. You can take the girl out of Glasgow, but you'll find Glasgow everywhere you go. This is real Glasgow style. This is obviously very arts and crafts. And what a nice pair. Not a matching pair, probably made by two completely different people. But you've got the fire screen to cover the fire when it's off. And you've got the coal box here for your essentials. The thing about this is you could spend hours looking for a signature on it, but the chances of finding one are really slim because I can see even from here that this is a bit of a sort of a home job. £150 for your fire screen, £135 for your coal scuttle. Combined, that's more than I have to spend on at least 5 items. So I think I'll step away from Glasgow, although it breaks my heart.
Shame. Keep pondering. I wonder what your other half is making of the day so far.
Certainly, Natasha and I, we click very, very well. So there's no problem there. It's also, I think, a bit of a pre-match nerves as well. It's getting to know someone, their taste, their interest.
So, it's all going well. But your new lady friend is back in the arms of the law.
Does that look the part, or does that look the part?
Look at that.
Ingrid, may I approach the bench?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. What do you think of my barrister's cloak?
It looks absolutely fabulous on you.
No, I had a slip of the tongue there. I said my barrister's cloak. Of course, it's your barrister's
It is
cloak.
still.
You got £58 on it. Would you be offended if I asked for £25?
Yes.
OK, so where would you not be offended?
Make me another offer.
I think for me it has to be no higher than 30.
I would do 35.
Let's shake it.
Okay.
35. Thank you very much. Oh, I'll tell you what. This feels good.
Yeah.
First purchase done and dusted.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much. I'm going to wear it outside and turn some heads.
Lovely.
All the best.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
She'd have made a picture in court. Well, the law's loss is hopefully our capital gain. Meanwhile, Charles is travelling south through lovely countryside near Glenluce in Wigtonshire, where the Glenluce Antique Centre is somewhat off the beaten track. Look at that.
It's so desolate. Hello!
Hello!
Hello! Hello!
Hello!
Hello! Hello!
Ah, here's our man Chris.
Hello, how are we getting on?
Hello! Good to see you, Charles Hanson.
Chris Jones.
Good, what an amazing place. So, Chris, within these 4 walls,
There's a bit of everything.
it gives nothing away.
Oh, a bit like the TARDIS, this place.
So let's see what Doctor Who's got hidden away.
Goodness gracious me. Isn't that wonderful? There's all sorts in here.
No stone unturned, Charles, eh?
They used to call me Twinkle Toes Hanson in my day.
Watch out! Oh, no. Don't bring the roof down. Here he goes. But what's he really looking for?
Have you anything that's 17th or 18th century?
17th or 18th
Anything
century.
really early?
Early, there's Neolithic over there. There's a hand axe.
A hand axe, where's that?
See on the dresser over there?
Oh, wow. This is a Neolithic hand axe
Yes,
of perhaps 3,000 years ago,
yes.
made of some sort of stone, flint,
Maybe that sort of thing, yeah.
granite. How much would that cost?
That one can be £40.
And to an old mate?
Can be 45.
He's not losing.
It can be £30.
Really?
The death on it, yeah.
It's a wonderful object, and, you know, to close your eyes and be that man holding that axe 3,000 years ago is quite special. And for £30, that's £10 every 1,000 years.
Crazy, isn't
And
it?
that's crazy.
We'll leave our caveman to think about that. What a nice thing.
So round here, anything in this cabinet here at all, Chris?
There was a few pieces.
I quite like that tree over there. Let's
Right.
be Delphi. Have a look at it.
Yes, by all means.
That's nice.
There's a slight bit of damage there, as usual with all Delft. It's very, very soft.
Because, of course, Delftware is tin glazed earthenware.
Yes.
But, of course, when it chips, it reveals this earthenware body underneath. I quite like that.
Lovely colours too.
It is. It's just so rustic and naive, isn't it?
Yep.
I might put that there for the time being.
A definite possibility. Possibly.
Anything else?
Anything else?
Now, look, let's take the beads out as well.
Yes, by all means.
I love these polished stones. Are these proper polished Scottish stones or...?
Well, they're proper agates.
God, they're lovely, aren't they?
They're a nice, lovely colours.
9-carat gold. 1900, 1920.
Yep.
Nice quality. And the best price on that would be...
Well, there was 80 on it, £70. I think.
Okay. And it fits well as well. What do you think?
Brings out the colour of your
That's
eyes.
exactly right.
Oh, yeah. Chris's treasure trove continues outside for those who care for a garden gnome or two.
Everything here is for sale.
Well, more or less, yeah.
Apart from your house.
Well, that could be for sale too.
Oh, blimey. Moving swiftly on. What about the possibilities inside?
30 on the Neolithic axe head.
Right.
I think you quoted about 40 for the Delft box and cover.
Yes.
I think it was 70 for the beads. Any best price?
That's 140.
140.
How about we say 130?
What is boarding here, by the way?
That's a dog's ball.
If I was able to hit that gnome and say, on your head, gnome,
Right.
is there scope for any discount?
I suppose we could do something.
Really?
Yeah. If you can put that ball on that gnome's head, you
Yeah.
can have it for 120.
Really?
How's that?
Okay, I'll have a go. Okay. On your head. Okay, for Scotland and my road trip. Oh,
So close,
So
but
near.
yet so far.
I shall pay 130.
Lovely.
I'm very grateful.
A fine haul for the first shop. Meanwhile, Natasha's on a voyage of discovery, travelling to the farthest reaches of Scotland's southwest in search of a hero from the bygone age of the great sailing ships. At Stranraer Museum, Jamie Enstone will steer us back in time to a story of daring do and heroism.
Should we get inside?
Absolutely, come on. It's freezing out here.
Stranraer is the one-time home of seagoing Victorian explorer Admiral Sir John Ross, who sailed to the Arctic in search of the Northwest Passage, an uncharted, treacherous route connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans via the ice floes of northern Canada. The British Admiralty funded his first expedition on the Isabella in 1818, and Ross himself recorded the journey in beautiful illustrations.
It was partly a successful mission. Obviously, they managed to go and discovered part of the Northwest Passage, but it came to an abrupt end when he suffered a mirage, a refraction of light, which made him look like there was a barrier of mountains across his path. So he turned round and came back home.
The Admiralty was unimpressed, and Ross's reputation was in tatters. It was another decade before he was able to arrange finance for a second trip.
And in 1829, they set off, and they did do much further, but this time they actually got landlocked in ice.
So unsuccessful yet again.
Ross wasn't a man to be thwarted twice, and he redeemed his reputation with his mission's great scientific achievements, mapping 900 miles of the Arctic and discovering the magnetic North Pole. But how is it possible for them to survive in the frozen wastes for an unbelievable 4 years?
They made friends with the Eskimos.
Quite literally.
Literally, yeah, quite literally. They made greetings that they'd understood on the first expedition, and they threw down their weapons to show that they were actually unarmed and they were going to cause no harm. So that's how it started. They managed to survive by taking on the Inuit diet, which was rich in oils and fats and whale meat and seal blubber, which gave them the vitamin C to avoid scurvy.
Maybe they even preferred sealed blubber to Navy rations. This can of beef travelled to the Arctic unopened with John Ross 3 times.
Oh, wow, look at that. This canister of roast beef was on board the Isabella on her voyage of 1818, landed from her on August 1824, and went on board the Victory in 1832. And it has been in my possession ever since.
Yep.
But look, it's open. Who dared?
He was given as a gift to Lord Stair, and he opened it on his birthday. And apparently it was supposed to be quite good.
Gosh, do you know what year it was open?
1869, I believe it was.
1869.
Well past its sell-by date, I imagine.
Oh, wow. 57-year-old beef was once consumed from this can.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just as well Ross found an alternative to canned food. His third journey to the Arctic at the ripe old age of 73 was a brave attempt to rescue the lost 1845 Franklin expedition. And we now know the 129 sailors who perished on that voyage were probably poisoned by the lead content in their early tin cans. John Ross never found the Northwest Passage or the missing men of the Franklin expedition, but for his contribution to science, John Ross was knighted in 1834. A true pioneer in an age of discovery. Meanwhile, Charles has steered the Morris Minor 20 miles east and then south to Wigton, Scotland's national book town.
6 bookshops. I can see 6 bookshops already as we hit this fairly urban area called Wigtown. Keep your wig on. I'm in town. Wigtown.
Indeed you are, Charles, except it's Wigton, and your next rendezvous is at Traditions Antiques with owner Russell.
You're not a bookshop.
No.
It's amazing. You are an antique shop.
Yeah, it's nice to be something different in Wigtown.
Looking around, you deal in a lot of, I think, what, everything?
Yes, yeah.
What you often find on the floor, hidden away, is what I would define as being the capital A in the quintessential antique. 19th century Victorian spaniels. And these were made for the fireplace, and every lady and gent in middle-class England had a pair of these in their middle-class homes.
Middle-class Scottish homes had them too, Charles, and they called them Wally Doods.
Have some silver items. That's pretty. And what we've got here is just a very nice, faceted, cut glass scent bottle with, I suspect, a screw cover. On the inside, it may have had originally a glass stopper. But what's pretty about this small bottle is it is hallmarked, and the hallmark is London for 1894, so it's late Victorian. And it's just quite a heavy, good in the hand scent bottle. It's only £18, and what you get for your money is a good lump of silver, which is the stopper. So there's a potential margin there. Come back to that later. See you later. Well, that's quite nice. That's pretty.
But tied to the wall. Russell?
I can do that for you.
Scissors. There we go. There we go. Let me come into you over here.
Okay.
That's okay. So this chamber stick, which we think is what, 1900?
I believe so, yeah.
1910, came out of a local home.
Yeah.
What I like about this is this arts and crafts wavy design and this almost stylised petal form here. No price on it.
£48.
That's not bad.
What are you thinking?
I mean, it's decorative, but I'd want to pay about £20 for it. And does it owe you more than that? If it does, it's no good.
We can come up a little bit. 25?
Right. 25.
I could release it.
And does that give you a good working profit?
Well, it gives me a profit.
Good. It's just charming, archaic,
Good.
naive. I like it.
And you like that scent bottle too.
What's the best price on that?
You hit me with it. What do you want to pay?
Well, what's profit?
Yeah.
£10.
£10.
Price 18.
Call it 12.
12. Lucky 12.
Good.
Thanks a lot.
Embarrassing, sealed with a kiss. At £37 the pair. What would he have done if he got them for free? That's shopping done for the day.
We are determined to just make a memory, and that's what this show's all about, isn't it, really?
It is.
Making memory.
Already your driving is memorable.
And so our duo head off into the sunset, the boot packed with the booty. Who knows what tomorrow may bring? Nighty-night. Agriculture. It's a new dawn and Charles and Natasha are back on the road. They're wending through the Scottish southwest in Grandad Morris.
Oh, Charles, how do you think I'm handling Grandad Morris?
I think you're doing very well. Grandad, are you happy? I think he's happy. I think he's quite...
Is he happy, Grandad? Yeah, he's happy.
I think he's quite content.
Yeah, he's cool, he's
I
cool.
suppose, you know, being an old-timer, I'm quite a sophisticated classic car driver, so you do get a feel for how these vehicles run, and, you know, you're not doing badly at all.
Thank you ever so much. I'll take
Pleasure.
that fine praise indeed.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I'll just tap into gear 3 now.
I'm in 4.
Oh, sorry, okay.
Charles was in top gear yesterday. When it came to antiques purchases, he splashed out on a Neolithic axe, a Delft tureen, an agate necklace, a chamber stick and a scent bottle.
It's history.
True, leaving him just £33 to spend today. Natasha, meanwhile, stalled a little and only bought one item. The barrister's gown with the underarm problem.
Does that look the part, or does that look the part?
So she's got some catching up to do and £165 to do it with.
Don't you look out at these big mounds, and this mound here, I mean, I always want to pull in and just dig, because for all you know, that could be a big burial ground.
Oh, did you bring your metal detector?
No, I haven't. I think being up here, I feel quite Neolithic.
Really?
I feel,
you look at it as
I feel a real, I want to be a real hardened Neolithic man digging today. Really grasping the rock.
Okay, so that's your motto for today.
It is.
Feeling Neolithic.
I'll be I really want to sort of get back to basics with objects and really dig for that real history.
Do you know, that axe has really gone to his head. First stop today for Charles is New Abbey in Dumfriesshire, site of the ruins of the beautiful Sweetheart Abbey.
Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Do you know, it is. But what's lovely, it's seeing history, but also eating history as well.
Enjoy.
I can't wait. See you later. Bye. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Oh my God, she's going to knock him down. Oh no. Eating history indeed. Charles is hoping for a bowl of gruel, courtesy of George Herring at the historic New Abbey corn mill.
This is an 18th century watermill, right, and closed in 1948. Now it's a museum piece.
And we can now put into working order.
We can, all we need is some water, which we're going to go over to the mill pond. If you want to come with me.
I'll follow you all in.
Okay, there we go. Yep, this is where we store our water. This is our mill pond.
This is the mill pond. So, of course, to operate the wheel, you need to release a sluice gate.
We do. Have a go.
Can I?
By all means.
I'm not a Scottish man. I've had no oats yet.
It'll be all right.
Oh, golly.
We need enough water to get down into the lid here.
Look at that. I can hear the water rushing through.
There you go. That should be it. That's enough. That's enough, Charles.
There's a wave of water.
Yeah, we've got too much now. We have to close
sorry.
it down. Yep.
Sorry. There's too much water. Sorry.
Steady. At full speed, it takes 1 million gallons of water a day to power the watermill, and inside the intricate mechanisms are still in perfect working order. You know, it's a belter.
It's a real work of art, the way everything comes together, turns. And you can feel it under your feet as well. It's such a revelation. Yeah. So what sort of foodstuffs was a mill like this producing?
It would be porridge, bread, medium oatmeal for bannocks, oat cakes, and of course we use oats in haggis and things like this, so it'd all be part of our diet.
What more would a Scottishman want?
Oh, wee whiskey and you're fine.
And were oats commonly eaten all over the UK?
Mostly in Scotland. There was a comment made by Samuel Johnson, the essayist, who stated that the oats in Scotland would normally be fed to horses in England, and I believe the reply he got was something along the lines, this is why we have good horses in England and good men in Scotland.
And in fact, from the 1840s, this mill began producing animal feed, but it's the human variety Charles will be tasting later. But he needs to earn his oats. Grain is dried and stored on the upper floors of the mill, and it would take hard work to get it there.
You're in luck, because in the 1830s, this wonderful piece of machinery, the hoist, was brought in, and it now carries the sacks for us. Now, if you think that the sacks were 240 pounds each in weight, this makes life an awful lot easier for the millers and the people that worked here.
So if I, George, put my hands on here and then very slowly...
Tighten that belt.
So what will happen? I'm pulling it down now. What?
We're just tightening the belt, we're turning the wheel, and the notice that the rope next to you is now moving, so a sack is on its way up. The sack itself pushes the doors open. Once the sack's through, the doors will close, and that's when we can let go of the rope.
It's wonderful.
So if you let go now, the sack will just drop onto the door, and we're safe.
And that's the amazing power of water. Now the fruits of his labour.
This is brose. This is a traditional food from the 15th, 16th centuries that the farmers, and it's just oatmeal, butter and salt.
Success to the mill worker and to me. Good health. It's savoury, but it is quite Moorish too.
Yep.
And I could eat this all day long, and I really mean that. And that's saying something because I am known for a sweet tooth, and this is tasty.
Please, sir, can Oliver have some more? While Charles is milling about at New Abbey, Natasha's ended up in delightful Castle Douglas, a planned town dating from 1792. She's headed for Burford Antiques with £165 still burning a hole in her purse. She'll be hoping to catch up with Charles. So, get browsing, girl. What's on your mind, Natasha?
I'm seeing nice stuff, really nice stuff. Most things, 100 and something. Sometimes it's 400, 500, 600 and something. I need to scour in this shop. I need to find something affordable and saleable. I might struggle.
Natasha, surely your beady eyes will soon spot something.
Now, I don't know if tea sets and coffee sets have had their day or not, but this is a Wedgwood piece. This is Wedgwood bone china, gilt rim, and then this really nicely done, hand-painted green, red, purple and black design. But that's not a Wedgwood design. So Wedgwood created what they called blanks. This was happening a lot at the beginning of the 20th century. Blank bone china being sold off in nice department stores to ladies who were passing the time by painting them with their own decoration. So no idea who painted it, but we can say it was a lady at the beginning of the 20th century. And I tell you, she's got a nice hand. Now, if I stand on my tippy toes, I can see that the price tag is £38.
Time for some haggling, methinks. Who's in charge today? It's Megan.
What could be your best price in the coffee set? If I said to you £38 is too rich for my blood, but, you know, some like their coffee strong, so I'm coming in with what I consider a strong offer of 20.
I could do 25.
25 in the coffee set?
Yes.
A promising one for our bean counter.
Out the corner of my eye, I clocked something that I'm going to guess you hate. It's the tin opener in the form of a bull.
Oh, yes.
I mean, come on, look around. We've got Tiffany glass-style lamps. This is a sophisticated shop. You want to get rid of that. You want it out of your life. It's kind of bringing down the rest of the team. I don't want to say it, you know.
Not posh enough for your shop? Well, that's a novel attempt at flattery. Will it work?
I was wondering if you would do the two for 35.
No.
That's a definite no. That's a no.
I'm afraid so. Let me think. Call it 40 and we have a deal.
40 for the two?
For the two.
Okay, sounds like a deal.
Lovely.
Just because I want to buy everything else and I've got to get out of here. Thank you so much. I owe you some money.
We'll resist joking about the bull in the china shop. Oh, no, we won't.
Precious cargo.
Bye-bye, Castle Douglas. Time for Natasha to head east. Meanwhile, Charles is a man in a hurry. He's in Moffat, ahead of Natasha, with a chance to beat her to the treasure at the lovely Lothlorien Emporium, unless elves have hidden it all. Ah, here's somebody from Elf and Safety. Owner Linda. So much to see, Charles. You love it.
There we go.
Nice. Very nice, if you're Adam Ant. Meanwhile, Natasha's still a few miles away.
It's been a really tough shopping day thus far. I could not afford anything in Castle Douglas. I'm really hoping that when I meet Charles and Moffat, together we're going to find some bargains. Although I hope he doesn't find too many.
What's this that Charles has spied?
It's a Glaswegian-made object, and it appears to be made in horn. It is made by Musgrove of Glasgow, so it's got a local Scottish feel. You can fold 1, 2, 3 knives back in, so it's a pocket penknife almost. And in fact, it is for the purpose of letting blood.
That's right. From ancient Egypt to the 19th century, bloodletting was the principal treatment for everything, from leprosy to indigestion to hemorrhoids. Don't go there. This instrument is a fleam, probably for veterinary use rather than human. Yes, poor animals were purged too. The ticket price is £55.
If we said 35, what
Oh,
would you
don't
think?
say that. Well, I mean, that's an amazing discount, but I've only got 33.
I tell you what, you can have it for 30.
Hurrah! That's Charles finished shopping. Take a break or grab a bucket. What is he doing?
What? What?
I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Get out of here.
Charles Hanson!
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready.
Have you been in and broken something? Is this the equivalent of washing the dishes?
Been in, pervade the shop. It's perfectly fine for you. But I thought it'd be quite nice to make the shop facade look like you. Oops.
Right.
Sparkly and very attractive.
Well, you stick to it.
Enjoy
I'll go in. I'll try and actually back. Have you bought something in here?
Say again. Sorry. God, my cloth's all wet now. My cloth's all wet.
Right, Charles, stick to the day job, I think.
Good luck. It's a lovely shop, and I hope you appreciate this.
Well, I don't know what I'm going to offer. If you've cleaned the windows, what on earth am I going to suggest?
Well, you know, it was for you.
I'll sweep the floor.
I'll see you later.
When I'm cleaning windows.
Natasha still has £125 to spend.
Do you know something? There's so much going on in this shop. There is stuff everywhere. I think I'm going to ask Linda for a bit of guidance because I just can't see the wood for the trees, so I need a guide. Linda's my guide. Linda will be my guide.
It's a Burberry 18 karat gold on silver London watch.
I like the idea that it's a watch, but I don't know if I'm in love with it. But watches, I like your thinking.
Well, there's some more watches around here if you want to have a look.
I do. Yeah. Thank you.
They are in other dealers, but I do have price reductions that I can do on them.
Yeah, I mean, immediately it's the one with the brown strap there, the Avia 1940s, is that? Looks like 1940s sort of style. It's super smart. You know, I think they're so wearable today because of that kind of midi size.
It is working. It is a gold case.
Okay, so 9 carat, are we talking? Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Rose gold, which is nice.
It is wearable, actually. That's what I was looking for, something wearable. And that could be gents or ladies, couldn't it?
Yeah.
It's fallen into a bit of a unisex category now.
The watch has a ticket price of £100.
Do you know what the best price could be on that?
The very best, and I can't go below it, would be 60.
Lordy, that's a good price.
Do you know, I've just got a bit of a crush on this light fitting. Very homes of the future, very much the war is over, tradition is over. Here comes all the new designs. Here come those Woolworth plates with little sofas on them.
Yes.
It just fits right into that Macintosh sideboards and all that sort of thing.
The ticket price is £35.
What do you say? £60 for the watch, 15 for the light.
I was hoping for 20.
Shall we say 17 and 60 for the watch?
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Thank you, Linda. That's really kind
You're
of you.
welcome.
All the sevens, £77 for the watch and the light fitting. Nice work, Natasha. Job done.
What does the future hold for us?
Do you know, the future holds for us a very long and winding road. We're going south, baby.
Oh!
We're going south.
But that's tomorrow. Time for some well-earned shut-eye. We're up with the lark, and in the county town of Cumbria, Carlisle.
I'm in the mood.
You're in the mood?
I'm in the mood.
It's a good sign.
For a profit.
I'm in the mood. Today is the culmination of around 100 miles of Scottish antiquing through Dumfries and Galloway via South Ayrshire, and we've popped over the border to England for an auction. Our hosts, H&H Auctions, have been gavel-bashing in these parts for well over a century, and this morning's sale features over 850 lots. Starting with £200, Charles picked up 5 lots for £197. Natasha has the same number of lots but spent less, just £152. So, what's the verdict on each other's purchases?
That's nice. So this is Natasha's can opener. Late Victorian, it's quite nice. Would I rather go for my knife or Natasha's? I think we're sharpening up.
So here is Charles' Fleam, the bloodletting knife. Well, I'm worried about it for 2 reasons, because it's got all of its components. And I'm also worried about the fact that Charles saw a Glaswegian bloodletting knife and he thought of me. How seriously is he taking this competition?
Am I nervous? A bit. Will I win? Yes, I will. But don't tell me.
Careful. Pride comes before a fall. Before the off, what does auctioneer Stephen Farthing make of their buys? Stephen?
The Stone Age axe, well, it's been repaired. However, the fact that it's got the museum or the collector's paperwork actually still on it and marked, I think that makes it very, very interesting. So I'm hoping this one, despite the damage, might do okay. The Wedgwood coffee set, super style, absolutely fantastic. And as we know, afternoon teas are very, very popular. So I think that might just fit in very, very well here.
Thanks, Stephen. Time for you to grab your gavel. Experts, time for you to take your seats. Well, hop off them.
Pressure.
First up, Charles, the young pretender, with his very old lot.
Sometimes it's quite nice to start with real history.
Here we are then. We've got 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 on the books. 50 bid. At 50, 50 pounds, 50 bid.
What for money?
What a way to start.
There we go. The Stone Age man has come of age. I'm very happy.
£50, all done at 50 then.
You've set the bar high.
Sold.
Sold.
Yes, sold. And £20 profit too. Great start, Charles.
Now, what brought you more pleasure, holding a £2,500 axe head or making a profit?
Truly, holding an axe head.
Natasha next. One lump or two.
We've got 5, 10, 15 on the books. 15 bid, 20, 20 bid, 20 bid. On my left, 25.
Go on.
25. On my right, 25. 30 new
You're
bid.
in. You've got to be in. You're in money.
35. 35 bid. At 35 then.
You
All
were
done
off
at
and running, hold
35.
tight.
In the corner.
Black coffee. Well done. Wakey, wakey.
Just.
A profit. Not to be sniffed at.
It's getting real, Charles.
Exactly.
It's getting real.
It's raw.
Can Charles's Delftware Tureen serve up a profit?
20, 25, 30, 35, 35 bid.
Here we go. What on the edge? On the edge of reason. Break
At
even.
35,
But don't break
£35
it.
then. At 35, it's a good lot. At £35 then. At 35. Hold on. At 35.
You knew that was coming, didn't you?
I did, but I loved it.
Me too. It was a nice thing.
Doesn't matter.
Someone just got a bargain, didn't they?
Exactly.
Time now for Natasha's 1950s kitsch ceiling light.
Straight in at 20 against you all at 20.
You made money.
22
Can't
bid.
believe it.
At £22 then. At £22.
Oh, I'm glad I got a bargain.
Right, keep it going.
At
And then what we
22,
do.
25 new bidder. At 25. 25 bid. At 25. All
It's
done
not
at
going to change my
25
life,
then.
is it?
All done at 25.
That's 2 profits out of 2 for Natasha.
Another wee profit.
Yeah.
Now for the arts and crafts chamber stick, which had Charles waxing lyrical.
Quite a bit of interest in this. We'll start the bidding at 20, 30, 40,
Get in.
50 bid,
Sorry.
50 bid,
Get in.
£50. At 50, 50 bid, at 50.
Wee Willie Winkle's on the right.
Then at 50.
Wee Willie Winky's got money in the
At
bank.
50. All done at £50.
Doubled his money. Well done, Charles.
When you handle objects which are a handicraft and they are handmade, it just really, I think,
It speaks to
creates-
people, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Well, will Natasha's Victorian tin opener speak to anyone?
We've got 5, 8, 10, 12 on the books. 12 bid at £12.
Well
12
played.
bid, 12
Oh, it's
for the lot.
hardly
At
exciting.
£12. 14, 16, 18
It's
bid.
like red back to a ball, this is it? Red back to a ball.
Right at the back at £18. At 18 bid. At £18. Right at the back at 18.
Sold. Good. You can't beat that.
That's all right.
Well, she should have no beef with that.
You can't knock a profit.
You can't.
Charles's Victorian job lot now, comprising the golden agate necklace and the silver-mounted scent bottle.
We've got some bids. We're straight in at 50, 60, 70,
70,
75.
80. Oh, no.
75 bid.
Tiny
At
profit.
75.
Come on, more, more.
At £75. You're all out in the room at £75 then. Last chance at 75 then.
Oh, no.
Chin up, Charles. It wasn't a loss.
I tell you what, there's a lucky lady out there who just got a brilliant lot.
Next in the dock, Natasha's barrister's gown.
5, 10, 15, 20 bid. On the books at 20.
You're guilty.
Oh, 20?
£20.
Oh, no.
20 bid.
It's gonna
At
bomb.
25. I'm out. I'm out at 25. In the room. At 25 then. 25
He's
bid.
a little
At
behind us.
25, 30. 32.
Oh, come on.
£32, 32 bid.
on, Albert.
At £32 then, all done at
Boy,
£32.
Albert's out. Guilty. She's fine.
I object. I
You're fine.
object to a loss.
You're fine.
Natasha's first loss of the day. Bad luck, girl.
It's the nature of the beast. When we say going, going, gone, we mean it. Gone.
Our penultimate lot now. Charles's Fleam.
We're straight in at 20, 25, 30, 35.
Now we're moving.
35 bid.
Here we go.
40, 45, 45 bid. 50 bid. Outside at 50. At 50 bid. At 50. At 50 bid. At 50. At 50 pounds. 50, 55. 55. New bidder. 55 bid. In the room at 55 then. At 55 then. Done at 55.
Get that hammered down.
Thank you.
A profit. Well done, that man.
I think I need to almost let some blood out of me about holding the collar here. Good to know.
You, Hanson, have lost the plot, but you haven't lost this leg. That is some good profit.
Good.
Stop waving at that.
Settle down. Last lot of our first auction, and it's time for Natasha's wristwatch.
Bit of interest in this again. We've got 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 52.
Wow.
52 bid.
He's teasing you.
52.
Come on.
At
He's teasing
52,
you.
55, 58, 60 bid. 60 bid. 60 bid. In the room at 60.
We'll play.
At
Give
60
me a hand,
pounds.
sorry.
60 bid. At 60 pounds. The price of it at 60 pounds then. We're all done at 60.
Oh, it was all the money.
Someone here got a great deal on a nice watch.
But there's not much in it, is there?
You're right.
We've got to get a couple of stoters in our net auction.
Exactly.
Should we go?
Let's go.
Natasha started this road trip with £200 and spent £152. After auction costs, she made a loss today of £12.60, leaving her with £187.40 for the next leg. Don't fall in. Charles started with the same amount, but spent £197. After sale room fees, he made a profit of £20.30, meaning he carries forward £220.30 and wins this leg. Nicely done, Charles. Ever the country squire. Now we're southward bound.
Are you
Derbyshire?
I'm Derbyshire.
Who writes your jokes? Who writes your jokes?
Oh, the wit. Next time on the Antiques Road Trip, the verdict on the worst purchase so far.
Linking barrister's gown. I think we can safely say that it's beyond reasonable doubt that you were the better man, yes?
Get out of here.
And while Natasha harks back to the classroom of yesteryear,
Gove. Maybe this was Michael Gove's chair.
Charles gets some help from daughter Matilda.
Imagine feasting off that at auction. No.
So it's sport and famous people to get you thinking. That should help with the pointless answer.